some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the UAB Blazers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Blazers will kick it off to get us underway. Coming out with it, it's Whalen. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the USC Trojans offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Quick release by the QB. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hotter.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start, try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
And the Trojans are on the move. Looking to throw again. He's got his man, makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here comes the offense on first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. There he goes. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Blazers offense will get the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Blazers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. The Blazers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Right back to the well. Smashes ahead. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Pucks it out of the air. Touchdown, UAB. A great catch and run for 6.
Defense has got to do a better job of crowding this wide receiver. They've got to know where he lines up each and every play. And then once he has the ball, they have to play with a sense of urgency and get hats to the football. He's just way too dangerous in the open field.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on it.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
To the air on 2nd down. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quick strike complete. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Blazers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Back to pass on second down. Complete in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Some QBs see it right off the jump, believe what they see, and they go in and they go for it regardless. And I think right there, he knew where he wanted to go with the football, and he missed, but it looked like to me he was forcing it a little bit too much.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is third down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the fourth down.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down. The quarter comes to a close, and UAB is on. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. The throw to the outside is complete. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Trojans are marching down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Montgomery. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab on the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got his man.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The give on the inside. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill with that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Finds his tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Absolutely perfect. That brings him to within 1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Akron is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Charlie Fry, this offense is not capable of scoring points every single time it sees the ball. They're up by 6 over South Carolina. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later. And take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
The Blazers come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on third. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The punt team makes its way onto the... Oh, they faked it, snapped it to the up man. And the roll of the dice turns up in their favor as they pick up the first down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The D thinking brings some heat on third and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Blazers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for him.
Second down, he'll throw it. He's got it. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and this one will be tough. Third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Steps away to find some room. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They kick it away on fourth down. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They put up a couple of field goals so far, but now looking for a way to take a drive all the way to the end zone. Wants to go up top on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Hard running there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Trojans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Wants to go up top. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and come in.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Quick completion on the out route. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. The Blazers trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Into the house. Touchdown, Blazers.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Hold and fire complete. Fighting off the defender. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Wants to fire on second down. Makes the grab. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
This guy is lightning fast. Did you see him come out of the break on the slant? QB got it to him early. What a weapon.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive firing. It's on target and complete. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. And the Blazers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Makes the grab. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Off the play fake on first down. He's got his man across the middle. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it?
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble the offense jumped on.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Back swinging for the goal line. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles.
And the Trojans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Got their quick completion. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
And they can't make the play on third down. The Trojans will punt this one away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
So now it's second and long.
3:25.
To the ground with the back. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Blazers in a good spot here with second and short. They'll give it to the back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, second and 7. The play action fake. Here's the pressure. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Fakes to grab. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Blazers look to keep this drive humming. Quarterback making checks. The toss to the right. Oh, better look out. There he goes. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Blazers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Snags it quickly on the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
They're dealing with a second and long. Gives it on the option. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
It's complete on the right side. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. First and 10. To the air on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
You know, one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers, because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
Got a man. It's Montgomery. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Trojans come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. Runs for the tackle. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Great job by the DB seeing where the ball's going and breaking them. And I know that sounds stupid. Of course he is. He's supposed to do that. But a lot of times the angles you take are sometimes compromised and leaves you giving up big plays. Nice job going straight to the football and swatting it on the ground.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got a man. It's Montgomery. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swap the ball back.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, he makes the catch. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here?
Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Dingle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Connection to the right. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Grabbed on the outside. It's Dingle.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible on that one. That was a circus-type catch for 0 gain.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Flushed out of the pocket. Turning it on. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Blazers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UAB.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Catch in the middle, it's Montgomery. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Trojans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw again. Got his man out of the backfield. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll go to the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. This drive was clicking along, but now it's 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Look, let's use those timeouts. Save as much.
And it's intercepted. Maybe breathing a little life into this team.
It's just frustrating. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Hauls it in. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Snags it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Trojans. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. He threw a pick the last time they had it down. They have to take care of the football. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To the ground, he's got it again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback keeps it. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Blazers will have it 1st and 10. Give to the back. Shakes off the defender.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. Look out, he's got room. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Not all close games are created equal.